Okay, this is more like it. We are on the Read, Remember, Repeat page. Like I said, tag Revolt. Everybody tag Revolt. This is going to be another live interview, an amazing interview with an amazing author, amazing credit repair guy. And I'm telling y'all, man, I need y'all to tap in. I need y'all to tap in. If you need some sauce, tap all the way in because this is going to be a goodie. Tag Revolt. Tag Revolt in this under the comments. Somebody tag Oprah. Tag Oprah under the comments. Somebody tag Oprah under the comments. Tag Oprah. Mary, what's up? How's it going? How's it going, family? I see you out there enjoying life as you should. I love to see it, man. You are definitely an inspiration, man, when it comes to going out and definitely just living your life. Like, people got to see that more, you know what I mean? Because life is to be lived. Somebody tag Revolt, tag Oprah. You know what I mean? We want to take it there. Definitely tag Oprah. You know what I mean? We want to be on the Oprah show. I see that happening. I see Revolt picking us up. I see that happening. You know what I mean? Right under the comments, how's everybody's day going? Hope everybody's day is amazing. And our guest is coming in right now. We are bringing in our guest now. Inviting our guests now. Hopefully Instagram let us be great. Let us be great, Instagram. Let's go, my boy Los. What it do, baby? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. We are inviting our guests in right now, so tap in, tune in. We about to get to it. This one thing we're going to do, we're going to get to it. I invited you in, big bro. Let's go. Sent the invite again. What's up, baby? My baby on the call. What's up? Is unable to join. Okay, accept. Oh, we should be good. My brother, how the hell are you, family?
My God, what's good, family?
Let's go, let's go. I know this is going to be an amazing interview because watching you from afar, bro, and watching you work, bro, is definitely one thing, man. That's definitely amazing seeing how you, from where you started, right? Because I think I caught you a few months ago.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if that was your start because, I mean, you started fresh out the womb, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't even know if that was your start. But where I seen you grow, it's like, man, clothing, teaching the kids, man. That's what drew my attention to you anyway, was just how you treated fatherhood, you know what I mean? Happy Father's Day coming up to you. Just looking out for the people, you know what I mean? Being a voice for the people and having that courage to be the voice for the people. Because a lot of the times, everybody want to follow the trend. Everybody feel comfortable with the trend, you know what I mean? Because they think they fit in that way. But it's good to see a brother definitely stepping out and saying, look, this is what's going on. We ain't worrying about no celebrities. This is what we doing over here. You know what I mean? So Derek Williams, Insomnia Talks. I got the book, Financial Freedom, Millionaire Mind Shift. It's on deck. You know what I mean? So everybody that's on here, this is an
Appreciate that.
amazing author right here. Tap in. Tell the people about yourself, bro.
Man, what's going on, boss? Glad to be here, man. First
Yes,
and
sir.
foremost, man. A lot of
Yes, sir.
places I could have been, man, but that this where I wanted to be. I'm out of Washington D.C. I'm married, Got a bunch of kids running around, love them to death. Um, I'm in the financial literacy space, and I choose to be there because our people, and it's not to, single anybody out. It's just, my people. I got love for our people, and we financially illiterate. There's no cutting the dice and shaping it. We financially illiterate. I was financially illiterate, um, and we pattern. We people of patterns. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing we are. We go off of patterns, and why I say that is we repeat things over and over and over again, especially when it comes to finances. Let's
Mhm.
take tax season for an example. Most
Sir.
people have jobs, right? Most family members, they got jobs, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, single individuals that have jobs. And every year we get a break. Every year we get a break. Come February, March, April, we get a break, and that break is your tax return. And every year we do the same thing. We take that money and we do the same thing we've been doing all year to keep us in debt. We go spending it. And at not one time do we think that if we struggling all year long, then we need to take this as an advance to do something different to change our circumstances. You know what I mean? So just me going through that every year, by me, being married, having kids, I was always granted anywhere from, before I understood, how to file my taxes properly, I was always granted $6,000 to $10,000. And every year we do the same thing. Oh, we about to go shopping, we about to go do this, we go do that. So, a lot of times I know being online, I can rub people the wrong way because, I'm always trying to be uplifting, but then from time to time, it may sound as if I'm being cocky, but sometimes we got to push buttons to wake people up, and
Mhm.
I went through that. So I'm only speaking through experience. I'm not speaking through trying to be boastful. I'm speaking through experience. I went through every year getting $6,000 to $10,000 and then blowing it. So I may get that income tax check come February, between February and March. It's gone by April, May. So it took me
Mhm.
2 months to blow some money that I never had at one time in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like just not in my life, just at one specific time.
One, yes, sir.
Going, yeah,
Yes, sir.
going through the year, maybe all right, you getting 500, 1,000, $1,500 a week, whatever people getting paid. But then at one time you get a lump sum, and we just go back to what we've been doing. So if we spending money on bills, and then as soon as we got that, what some call that free check, we go blow it.
Yes, sir.
So
Hey,
me,
listen, man.
that was it right there for me.
Yes, sir. And I'm people too, man, because I had to learn, to get older and just like it's not about the sneakers. It's not about the going out. It's about taking your money and investing in yourself.
Absolutely,
Because if you don't invest in yourself, if you don't have visions, if you don't have dreams, there's other ways for you to invest that money to get back a return. You know what I mean? Or like you would
absolutely,
say, credit. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, the people need to hear a lot about this. There's a lot of people talking, but at the same time, it's it's about the ones that's like really out here, trying to teach this stuff. You know what I mean? And I
absolutely.
seen you forefront. I seen you forefront, getting it out there every day. You know what I mean? Not taking a break, just putting it in their face. Um, Tell the people what it is that you do and why.
Well, just a quick backstory, real quick. I deal with consumer laws. I deal with financial literacy, and just basically, like I said, freeing my people, man. But how I got into this space, 2016, I was not understanding the laws, going through a little rough time. It wasn't bad, but I ended up filing bankruptcy. And in me filing bankruptcy, I had to take a credit class. So when I took that credit class, I learned some stuff about credit that I didn't know. And like I'm a geek at heart, and when I say I'm a geek at heart, I'm an information seeker. You give me something, I'm a feed on it. I just want to keep learning, keep getting better. um then I got children, so I pass the information to them. But as I started to dive into the credit space, I started, it was like people say, diving into the rabbit hole. I started un- like peeling layers back, like, oh, I never knew this, I never knew this, I never knew this. And um, it just ran, I went through so much consumer laws and credit and finance, and I did that for like 4 years nonstop. That was go to sleep, wake up, that's all I'm on. And in me going through that process, I was like, yo, my people, the reason why we hurting is because we don't have this information. And I know it's other people out here that's teaching too, but for me, I'm genuine about it because it's what changed my life. It's what saved my life, coming from trying, and I don't hide my background. I come up in the streets, been there, done that, understand the game. I just got children, you know what I'm saying? So, just dealing with the credit and financial literacy, it changed my life. So the best thing that I felt that I could do other than teaching my kids is to teach others. And one of the biggest things that I've realized is that we've been misinformed, one, about credit, two, we've been misinformed about finances and how to grow finances, because most of us been taught that, from an early age, you got to go get that degree, you got to get education so you can get a good job so you can make money, you know what I mean? And I've truthfully, even before me getting in the entrepreneurial space, investing space, I've never been a fan of school. I was always against it. Something about it just didn't set well with me, knowing that none of this stuff that I'm learning will I be able to use to, you know what I mean, to make money. And then, even some of my homeboys, or just people I knew, they went off to college, come home, and they getting jobs and they struggling. You know what I mean? So it's like I went to school to get a piece of paper to become leverage in somebody else's company that's wealthy and rich, but I'm not. You know what I mean? And it's just never set well with me. So, I just like really sat down and tried to figure out a way, how can I like teach my people that the way we were taught, there's nothing wrong with it, but that's not the way. And especially as time evolves, we have to remember that it's no different than a 8-track player. You go from an 8-track player to a cassette player. You go from a cassette player to a CD player. You go from a CD player to now everything is digital. Time
Yeah.
evolves.
Yeah.
And the problem with our community is we get stuck in me, 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 me. And the reason why I'm saying me, 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 I hear people too many times say that, oh, I want to be the first person in my family to say I graduated college. But
Mm.
okay, that's fine. Let's say that's cool. But is that what's working? Is that what's going to elevate you and your family to the next level? If that's not what that's going to do, then that's not what you need to do. You know what I mean? So that's where that selfishness comes and say, oh, I want to be the first one to do this. And in
Mm-hmm.
reality, you should be the first one to say, you know what? That was the way to do it in the past. That's not the way to do it now. We got to do it another way. So I'm the one, if you want to be I person, I'm the one that changed the mold. I'm the one that broke the chains and said, you know what? That was the way at first. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it don't work no more. And not that it don't work, it only works to specific things. Like if you're trying to be a dentist, you're trying to be a doctor, something to that specific niche. But when it comes to just generating money, every company will cap you. I don't care what company you work for, they will cap you. So if their cap is $100,000, you stuck at $100,000. If their
Yep.
cap is $120,000, you stuck at $120,000. But you got $1 million worth of information. So if you know you got $1 million worth of information, why are you stuck at this 9 to 5 or whatever it is that's gonna cap you for your expertise? So I always say that that job and those schools are there to stop you from creating that legacy from for your family, to stop you from being that millionaire, to stop you from doing what you really supposed to be doing out here.
Yes, sir. It's no purpose in it unless it's what you want to do. You know what I mean? But it's no purpose in it because some people, like, they may want to be a dentist, right? Some people may want to be, but you can still find a way to learn the system and then do it on your own. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I went to the gym earlier and I seen one of the gym uh employees walking in today. They was just like, and I'm like, I drove around and I said, yo, pick your head up. Like, you know what I mean? Smile a little bit. So it's like just the going into work and just having a low vibration to go in there, it really sucks as a human, you know what I mean? As an adult, because you can actually do something about that, you know what I mean? Um, what do you think are the best skills you bring to the marketplace?
Me personally,
Yes.
I'm gonna be open. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out here that's teaching. There's a lot of people that's about the money. Of course, everybody wants to get paid. I get that, but I genuinely love the people, my clients. I genuinely love people. I want to see people win. I want to see you grow. And I put myself in binds before, plenty of times before. You know, trying to help the next person. But even when I don't benefit from it, it doesn't bother me because I know that I went to it, you know, from the heart. I didn't go to it and go into the situation thinking about my pockets all the time. You get what I mean? It's like I genuinely want to see people win, but even bigger than winning. So I always ask people, what do you want? It's not even about what I want. What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
What what's your problem right now? And we're gonna take money off of the table. It's not money. If money is your problem, that's not your problem because anybody can get that. It's easy. That's why we talk about the credit and stuff like that. But what is
Mm-hmm.
your, like, what keeps you down? What keeps you in your lower chakras? Is it
Mm.
your job? Is it, you know, your relationship? What is it? Because in order to fix anything, you got to get to the root of the problem. You
Yes,
have to
sir.
get to the root. And again, m- money can't be the root of the problem. You know, money is the alternative to help fix a situation, but it's not the root of the problem. The root of the problem is always going to be bigger than money. So find the root of the issue first, and then we can move. And most of the times, I'm telling you, I've had six-figure clients where they were making six figures and they wasn't happy. And most of the six-figure clients that's not happy, you know what they're unhappy about? They making decent money because you know some people are beg to argue, but six figures is not enough money in this economy. Look at gas right now. Look at the price of food. Look at the cost of living. It's not enough at all. And I live in DC. That's one of the most expensive places in the country. So you making six figures, that's like median. But it's time. Time
Mm.
is the most
Mm.
important thing,
Mm.
and most of the people that are hurting right now or upset, down, they don't have time. They don't have time to live. They don't have time to enjoy themselves. They don't have time for families, nothing. Why? Because they waking up every morning. Some people are doing things that they want to do, you know, they love to do.
Mm.
They would just, some people don't even know that they would rather be doing that for themselves. They just been conditioned to, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go get this check. So like in the book I said, it's a security net, it's a safety net. Well, that safety net is not a safety net. I literally watched my mother work for 30 years on the same job. 6 months before she was supposed to retire, they gave her a walking paper, said, hey, we love you, thank you for your services, here, take this couple $1,000 severance package and we holler at you. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And in her 50s, she got to start all over, thinking in her mind, oh, I'm dedicated. In 30 years, she was missed 2 days of work, and one was a death, and one was because of snow. She couldn't drive in the snow. And that dedication, this company still said, you know, the hell with you. Why? Because they didn't want to pay what they were supposed to, what she was worth at the time. So we'll just give you the severance package and walk away. And then, oh, if you need any references, it's like total disrespect. So things like that, when, you know, for me, I pay attention to my life, first of all, but I pay attention to the people around me. And I was always, you know, taught that the people around you will at some point in your life dictate your life. So if I do what you're doing, if I follow your footsteps, I'm going to live your life to a certain degree. So if I
Yeah.
see you getting up every morning and you miserable, why would I want to do that? Not, no, not to
Yes.
discredit what it is that you're doing, but if I don't like it, why would I go
Why
do
would
the
I want to
same
do?
thing?
Yep. Yep.
Exactly.
Hmm. Yeah, man. We had, and not to talk about our family members like that, but they were some of the best teachers and examples of what we may want to do or may not want to do. You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
most of our family, you know, they fell into like just this. I gotta get up and I gotta work. I gotta get up and I gotta work. Like I remember dad not even being home because all he had to do was work. You know what I mean? So it's like those are things that are important in our upbringing that if we don't fix them now or try to fix them, it's like setting the GPS. We all can sit here and agree that when you put in the GPS where you want to go, it's gonna show you the route, right? When they
Yep.
say become, be, right? It's saying
Mm-hmm.
come, be, and then come.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be the person that you want in order to get there, to get where you want to become. You know what I mean? Um,
Absolutely.
what did you want to be growing up? Like, what were some of your options that you feel, that were on the table, led by family, by school? What were some of your options?
So, you know, it was weird to me, right? If you hear noise, there's a little truck outside. Um, so a lot of people, they always ask what you want to be when you grow up, basketball player, football player, athlete, whatever. Everybody had their thing. I never knew what I wanted to be. I never knew what I wanted to be. I just knew that I wanted to be free. I wanted my time to be free. And why I knew that, I will always go back to when I was young and I was in school. Um, we could never, everybody couldn't wait until the school let out. Summertime. You couldn't wait till summertime. So I
Mm-hmm.
always wanted that feeling. I wanted that summertime feeling where I could wake up when I want to, I go to sleep when I want to, I eat, you know what I mean? I wanted that feeling, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I always knew that whatever it was, it had to be that summertime. I need that summertime feeling. I need that Will Smith feeling.
Mm.
When that summertime song come out, I don't care where you at, I don't care how old you are, it
That's deep.
reminds you that it's summertime. I always
Yes,
wanted
sir.
that feeling, no matter what it was that I was doing. I just needed that. And the only person that resembled having that was one of my uncles. You know what I mean? One of my father brothers. My father got 8 brothers. They all closeness. They got their own little club. All of them work, except for, all of them worked for themselves, maybe except for 3. But when I say work for themselves, they drove cabs. But they drove cabs so they can be in control of their time. So I never understood that. I'm like, man, why they driving cabs when they can go get a job, right? But then I
Mm-hmm.
had one uncle who was a dentist. He had his own private practice. He had you know what I mean? And they always ran to him for money. They always ran to him for when situations got sticky in the family. So, of course, if I want to mimic something, it's almost the best of both worlds. I want to mimic the freedom of the cab drivers, but I want to have that business because whatever he doing, and not to say that what they doing is not right, but whatever he doing right.
You can see it in his face. He
I
happy.
can see, you can see it in his motions. You know what I mean? It's not about what you have, but he was the only one at the time that had the bands. He would always pull up clean, got the, you know what I mean? Always shop, and you can almost smell money sometimes. Or when you young, you can kind of look and say, "Oh, that's my uncle. That's the uncle with the money."
I'm gonna ask
You
him
know what I
for a
mean?
dollar.
Yeah, they mean, you know what I mean? So it was it was best of both worlds for that. I wanted that freedom to be able to come and go like the cab drivers, but I needed that whatever structure he had, I needed that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, man. That's deep, man. That's so deep. Tell us about your work of art, financial freedom, millionaire mindset.
So this book, one day it was during the pandemic, I was sitting in the house and I'm trying to figure out some, different ways to generate some money coming in the house. And my mind just stopped and was like, yo, you need to write a book.
Mm.
So I just grabbed my laptop. I literally be in the house typing, kids running around. I can't focus. I'm like, you know what? I'm going in my truck. I go sit in my truck and I'm just typing. And, as when I first started typing, I was like, I'm gonna make this a big, maybe 250-page book, couple maybe about 30 chapters, just breaking down a whole bunch of stuff. And then, I'm a spiritual person, so I go off when I feel something, I don't question it. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't go against it. And something was telling me where our people at. We don't like to read. Let's just keep it a buck. A lot of us don't like to read. You know what I mean? So the bigger the book, the less chances people can read. So I said, you know what? Let me write something small, almost like a journal, where It's a quick read, but it's powerful when it got some, you know, some lines in there where people be like, damn, you know what, that was a hell of a quote. Let me highlight that, or let me keep that, or something small enough where if it's on their mind, something that I put in there is on their mind, they can just go back to it real quick, and they not trying to comb through the whole book. So, you know, financial freedom, it is what it is. And it's about gaining your time back, and it's about freeing yourself on the day-to-day activities and the mindset. Because the reason why I said my millionaire mind shift, a millionaire is not a millionaire because he goes out and works the hardest. And that's something that I had to learn. A millionaire is a millionaire because of the way they think. And a lot of times people think um, the more the more work we put in, the more money we gonna make. And it's really
Right.
not that way. It's a thought process. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
I got millionaire friends that they make crazy money just off of, like, I get a text message and say, yo, check this out. And I look, you know, just for the day alone, they might have made, you know, 150K, $100,000. And it's not a boastful brag thing. It's just, yo, how did you do that? You know, I don't know everything,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna ask questions. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
yo,
want to be around that. Yes, sir.
hey, I'm like,
Yes,
yo,
sir.
how you do that? And you know, sometimes they break it down. Sometimes they throw you a little clue because they want you to get out there and be great and be better. Um, so a lot of our people don't understand that the reason why they are financially in the situation that they are in is because of the way they think. And that's just it. Like, even down to the morning, I do it myself, but you know, one of my mentors, Jeremy Lucas, he you know, that's my brother. We connected on something different, got a lifelong bond, you know what I mean? I learned from him. I vice versa. We teach each other certain things. But you know, he was just on $1 million worth of game with
Mm,
Gideon Wallow. And you know, one of the things I learned from him on a consistent basis, because I would do it, but I would do it inconsistently. When you wake up in
mm-hmm.
the morning, your first 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes of your morning is prevalent to you. So what do you think you should be doing? You should be training your mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not listening to motivational speaking, or you're not reading something that's speaking to you right here, up here, to push you that way, your day already starting wrong.
Oh man.
You might
Oh
wake up
man.
in the morning and you, oh man, let me, and it's not to knock none of the rappers or nothing, but you soon as you wake up in the morning, you listen to some drill music, or you wake up in the morning, you listen to some old trap music, or you listening to this. Your mind is not even in the right place right now. Wake up in the morning and push your mind to greatness. Turn on some motivational speaking, some Les Brown, some Eric Thomas, or anybody that you like. Give your mind that motivation for the day, because something that they say is going to push your day forward. I promise you. So when you wake up in the morning, that first 10 to 15 minutes should be training your mind.
Yep. Yep. And the thing about that is what you eat, you definitely, I would say shit. You know what I mean? You know
Oh,
what I
most
mean?
definitely.
I wanna put it in a better way, but what you eat, that's your diet. Like it comes out. So
Yeah.
like that's how we get better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I can see on you your growth and say, damn, yo, Insomnia Talks is he's doing something. He's doing something that's helping him produce better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wants to, they think that when you giving them this information that $1 million is just gonna pop up out of nowhere.
Oh, no.
No, it's not gonna happen that way. It takes work, it takes discipline, and it takes time, you know? And we gotta unlearn everything that we learned.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to unlearn, it takes the habit of you waking up in the morning and listening to something motivational. You know what I mean? And like you said, inconsistent, you might just do something and then it's gone the next morning because the next morning you're waking up and you aggy about something. No, you got to be consistent with these things in order to wash out, to give yourself the proper brainwashing.
Mm-hmm.
What was going on around you when you was writing your book?
Um, Stagnation. You know what I mean? It's like I had a lot of information because, again, like I told you, I'm a geek at heart. So I had a lot of information. I'm always studying. I'm always researching. I'm always investing in myself. I'm investing in coaches. I'm investing in mentorship. So I had a lot of information, but I was just sitting on it. You know what I mean? Like really just sitting on it. So what was really going on in my mind is you have to you have to embrace what it is that you have up here, but you also have to share it. You have to spread it. You have to, you got to put the information out there, and whatever it brings back, as long as you did it from the heart, that's what was meant to come from it. You know what I mean? So that's why for me personally, and I had, back and forth with a lot of, people that I deal with, coaches, mentors, brothers, and I'm the one that's always like, man, I don't care about that paper, man. I don't, I'm gonna get some paper. I know how to get paper. I don't care about that paper. So for me, going into situations, I'm not thinking about the financial structure of it first. I'm thinking about the impact.
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
impact will this have? You know what I mean? Will I be able to help that, that struggling family that don't understand that they are spending more money by both of them going out and sending their kid to school and stuff like that? Because, I homeschool, plant-based diet, and, so I teach. These are the things that I teach, and people don't understand. Like, man, how do you run businesses and you got your boys always with you, your wife, your daughter. How you doing all this? Because I'm not thinking about that box that everybody is put into, where you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to send your kids to these types of schools, you got to teach your kids this. Once I X'd all that out, everything changed. Nothing is traditional. So even down to when we say home school, I took that out. My kids are just learning at home. They
Yes,
learning at
sir.
their own pace. You know what I mean? Whatever they want to learn, whatever they're ready to learn is what they're going to learn, because at the end of the day, where you stand at right now, what are you doing in your life that you pick that information up from school? And it's,
Mm-hmm.
again, it's no disrespect to the teachers, the professors, and none of that. What are you using that you learn from school? You not. You know how to read, you know how to write, you know how to add and subtract. Teach your kids that. So they know how to count this fictitious money, and they know
Mm-hmm.
how to read and write. They know how to read contracts. They know how to sign off on it. That's the basics. Everything after that is what they want. So, like, if you want to get into the body and nourishment, yeah, now you want to learn some form of anatomy. I'm not even saying science, I'm saying anatomy. So, why would I try to break down all these different types of sciences if all you want to do is learn about your body? You want to learn how to eat right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna
That's
learn
me.
strictly about the anatomy. We're not about to go through learning about insects and stuff like that. We're about to learn about the anatomy. Now, when you want to go further, if it's like, you know what, now you're trying to break down, so you want to learn about cells and how to heal and how your body works and how your organs function. Okay, now we'll learn about that. And if we
One
don't
thing at a
know it,
time.
we going out to a professional, because one thing about me, the internet can tell you anything. It's like I'm on here right now, right? And I'm be blunt with you. I'm gonna give you what I'm giving you, but I'm just a guy on the internet. You know what I mean? People don't know me from nowhere. I'm just a guy on the internet. And even though I'm talking to you from my heart, I only say that you have to take the things that you get off of Google with a grain of salt, because again, we don't control these things, so we don't know where this information is coming from. You can't just click on Google, how big is the liver, and then as soon as the first thing you read, you click on, oh, we know the liver is the biggest organ in your body, but what if it said it's the smallest organ? You click on it, it's like, oh man, it's the smallest organ. Now you went off that. What you gonna say? Oh, I learned it from Google? No, you want to go to the professionals. And for me, because of how I am, what I stand for, I'm going to the holistic doctors. I'm going to the herbalists. I'm going to, the homeopathic. I'm going to the people that's living the lifestyle that I want to live or I'm living, and I'm going to have one-on-ones with them. Yo, hey, look, how much you charge? Teach me what it is that you know. Oh, it's $2,000, $1,000, 5,000. Cool. Now we got that one-on-one. So now I can ask you questions that if I was in that set classroom and I raised my hand and say, hey, I got a question. Oh, you got to wait for that because we're not teaching that right now. You get what I mean? So I go
Mm-hmm.
direct with the information that I want to learn. But,
No,
it's
that's
here
me,
to.
bro. That's me, bro. I'm telling you, it just shows like, you know, the realness, as opposed to just like, go vegan. You know what I mean? And it's like, why are you going vegan? You know what I mean? I homeschool my children too, and that's a major thing to me as far as you saying that, because it's like I'm not the only person that think like that in some ways. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
what they say we all live on the earth, but we live in different worlds, right?
Yep.
Your neighbor, just because your neighbor lives next to you, y'all don't live in the same world. That neighbor may still eat a certain way, uh, go to different recitals a certain way, and believe something totally different from what you believe in.
Absolutely.
Do we have a sequel coming up, or in time, in due time?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I'm working on a lot of stuff right now. I just want to, sometimes I put out information. It's like fishing. It's the fishing mentality. I'm gonna put something out. Again, it's not a financial thing. I want to put something out and see the responses that I get. You know what I mean? Because I know, like, what I put out, it's so minimal. I know how big it can be, but sometimes I don't want to overproduce. And then when it's like for me, you know what I mean? It's like if we're gonna talk about music, it's like putting out your first album, and it's the the hardest album of all times for you. And then trying to come back after that. It's not that those albums not great. It's just that you poured everything into that first album. And it's like now once you get that success off of that, it's like, I'm all right. I'll be all right. I don't have to go as hard now. You know what I mean? But that first one, you hungry. So for me, I'm always hungry, but I just deliver in pieces. You know what I mean? It's like I made the whole pizza already, but instead of me taking the whole pizza and putting it out for everybody to run to, I cut it into slices and I make people run to the slices.
Nice,
So
nice.
they getting the same amount, they just getting it in different times.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What made you write a book, and what's your relation to literature?
Um, I've always been a writer. Like even when I was in school, like I was, like I said, I'm a geek at heart, man. Like elementary school, I was in the talented and gifted programs for math and language arts. So I've always been a writer. I even remember in high school, this quick crazy story, right? I had this English teacher, and bruh, I was, I think it's 10th, 11th grade. I was smoking and doing what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And English teacher, man, I would literally come in her class and fall asleep every day. You know what I mean? Every day, I just come in there and fall asleep. So then one day, she told me, she was like, look, you come in my class every day, you go to sleep. I don't say nothing. Sometimes I wake you up. He was like, I want you to write me a paper. Write me a paper about your life. You know what I mean? I just want to know who you are. So I wrote her a paper, gave it to her, you know what I mean? Walked past her, gave it to her, went on to my other classes. And I think later on that day, no, the next day, I was coming through the hallway. She pulled me to the side. She was crying when she saw me. She was like, you wrote that? I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, you got a gift. And then she was like, I'll make a deal with you. I was like, what's that? She was like, if um if you promise to come to my class and not fall asleep all the time, I'll let you sit at my desk. So I was sitting at her
Oh,
desk and the class was in front of me. So now my job is just to stay awake. And I'm still fighting it. Some days I'm in there like this. She might come tap me and stuff like that. And then even when I graduated, she gave me gifts and she taught me how to, groom myself. I was young. I ain't saying I was thinking. I was just, I always was, take care of myself. But she the one taught me how to
got the
go to
weed smell on you and all that too.
Exactly. So there was that. She bought me some smell good. She bought me this is like Bath and Body, but the men joint, the shower joint, the shower gel, and she looked
Hmm.
out for me. But from that, man, later on, most of us always got a little background in music. You know what I mean? I got a couple little albums out and
Let's go. Let's
got some
go.
videos on
Let's
YouTube.
go.
Did
Let's
like
go.
almost 100,000 views. So
Hmm.
I did a little something. So I've always been a writer, bro. So writing a book was always, I used to always tell myself that I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna write a book, and I wanted it to be like an autobiography, but I didn't know what I just want to talk about my life. Now I do want to talk about my life, but I also want to teach. You know what I mean? Because I always feel like me personally, I'm one of those people that they say you want to receive what you put out, vice versa. I don't like just reading books about people. I want to read something that's going to teach me something. You know what I mean? Something that's going to take me, my life to the next level. I'm interested in those things. So, like, I'm not a fan of fictional books. I like nonfiction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And finance, again, just financial literacy for me is the thing that separates us as a people. If people knew what credit was, if people knew what finances really was, a lot of it we won't, especially what's going on now. Even you know, when we was coming up, half of the killings and shootings and the, you know, the squabbles and the beefs that's going on and hating, people wouldn't even do it. One
It
thing I
wouldn't even
know that
happen.
I can't say for everybody, you know what I mean? You got a couple situations where it's just just what it is. But most of the times when people get money, they don't have time to be hating on the next person. They don't have time to be worried about, like, if I'm getting money, I want to see you get money. I know a lot of people. Everybody that's on this call, I want you to pause for 1 second. Do not go nowhere. Just listen to what I'm saying. This is a feather ruffler right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know a lot of people hating Charleston White right now, right? But I'm gonna tell you something he said, and this is how we need to move. He said that, you know, we out here shooting and killing and doing all this dumb stuff. It was like, if you if I'm beefing with you, I ain't about to come shoot you. I ain't about to kill you. I'm gonna go pay your mother rent for her.
Mm.
What you gonna do about it? You gonna
Mm-hmm.
come kill me and be mad at me because I did something to help your mother? Nah, just one up me. Go pay my mother rent. Go pay my kids' mother rent. That's
Mm-hmm.
the type of beefing we need to be on. If I'm mad at you, I'm beefing with you. I don't want to kill you. I don't want to hurt you. I want to do something to help you.
Man, if speaking on that, if anybody's seen BMF
Oh yeah,
with Lil Meech, right? Meech went to the people that he was beefing with, and he said, "Yo, I ain't even tripping. Listen, we ain't even gotta be on that type time. How can we get money together?"
that's it. That's it.
Most of the time, it's a beef over blocks, but it's like if we come together, we can get all this money.
Uh, it's enough for everybody, bro. Information, and it's that's going back to, that's why I wrote the book, because one is mindset, two is lack of information. Um, you know, and I understand why, because I've been there. That's why I always try to be transparent to everybody. There's a lot of scammers out here, bro. There's a lot of people that is not for the people. There's a lot of people out here that will, you know, want to shine stuff in front of you to draw you to them, and then they'll scam you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
why I try to be transparent. That's why I try to be open. I talk about my losses. I talk about bankruptcy. I talk about going broke. I talk about, you know, hey, my kid. I bring everything to the forefront. I bring my children around you. I walk you through my house. Like, I do things for you to understand, like, this is real. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
This is real. And then, you know, I try to, even like, because I'm doing a mentorship, right? Um, well, I did
Mm-hmm. You back?
mentorships last year, and couple mentorships last year, and I'm bringing the mentorship back, and but this time I'm adding a spin to it. I'm adding a twist to it. I'm adding the kids. You know what I mean? I'm adding the homeschool. I'm adding, making it kid friendly. So not only are the parents and the adults learning financial literacy and different means to, you know, make money, and how to make $100,000 from home, you know, how to your credit, how it works, funding, you know, just e-commerce, all they learning all that stuff, but their kids are learning it as well. But then the flip side of that, the kids are learning from a kid, because I'm gonna have my kids teaching on there too. So now, not just the parents, the kids in tune. So, and I want to do it this summer so the kids have something to look forward to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I really want this thing. I don't want it. I'm going to make this thing grow.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
bring different speakers on there. It's a community, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Uh, is there a book you read that you just couldn't finish?
Um, couldn't finish or didn't? What do you mean? Like, or didn't want to finish, or
It just, I guess you didn't get to the end of it. You know what I mean? Maybe it could have been too long. You know what I mean?
Art of War?
It was too much information maybe at that time.
So Um, a couple of books, right? So, um, I was on my I was on my Biggie and Tupac back in the day. So, I know Pac was real militant, and he always used to talk about the art of war. So, when I realized it was an actual book, I tried to read it. And I'm not gonna say it wasn't for me. There's just certain things, the way my mind processes things is a little bit different, you know what I mean? So that was a book. Every time I try to read it, I start reading it. I'm like, I get it. I know where it's going, but that ain't for me.
Yeah, the
And
Art of War. I'm not gonna lie to you. That thing is it's different. It's
yeah,
written
yeah,
different. So for you to read it and especially from I would say African American background, you're gonna have sort of a hard time reading that thing. I know
yeah,
that for a fact. I finished it, but I was like, some of it I had to go back and be like, this mean this and that. You know what I mean? Look for some words that I mean, look it up, the meaning of that word. Yeah, that was a different book. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah. Definitely the
Yeah, I
art of
felt you on
war,
that
bro.
one, bro. I felt you on that one.
It's a
All the
good
way.
book though. It's a good book. I ain't telling nobody not to read it. It's a good book, but trust and believe. If you somebody that like me, like me, I don't like to read and not understand. So when I read, I'm taking notes, I'm highlighting, and that book right there. Hey, look, when I read that book, like I gotta block everybody out. It's one of those. I'm gonna put it to you like this. It's one of these type of books, and I don't like reading these type of books. I have to have nothing to do, like literally have to block everything out because I have to be a part of this book. And it's one of those books. And I know I have to fully understand what it is that I'm reading. You know what I mean? So with that book, I got to constantly keep going, looking up what this means.
Yes.
Let me
Yes,
use
sir.
this. It's a puzzle piece. So that's the
Yes,
book right
sir.
there.
And it's crazy because even with your financial like regular financial literacy books, like a Think and Grow Rich or something like that, you'll read something the second time going over it, and it'll wake up something different in you the second time that you read it, because the first time is like you could just be reading it. You might get a great understanding from it. But when you read something a second time or a third time, it wakes up a whole new idea where it's like, wow, like did I skip that part when I was reading it or nah? You know what I mean? And that's why sometimes I can see why some people would read one book for like months.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? The book that I'm on right now, and I keep going back to it, is the power of the power of awareness.
Okay, okay,
And
okay.
bro, that one is ridiculous, bro. Like I'm talking
Power of
about
awareness.
the power of awareness by Neville Goddard, right?
Okay.
And when he says, when you hear things like the assumption of the wish is the ship that takes you across the unknown seas, it's like you read that over and over, it will really put you in a different vibe.
Different.
Yeah, it'll really put you in a different vibration. That's why repetition is really important. Repetition is the father of learning. I seen Little Wayne said that, and I definitely understand it. You know what I mean? I get it. I get it. Um, for the person that doesn't know what is credit, I mean, what credit is, explain a little bit to them about credit.
Um, Credit is deep. I know a lot of people think credit is just credit cards. And it is, it got something to do with that, but credit is deep, extremely deep. We all have credit. I don't want to get too much into detail. I kind of teach that in the in the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
mentorship.
yeah, yeah.
But we all have credit. We have indefinite credit. We just have to learn how to tap into the credit. You know what I mean? These financial institutes, they kind of prey on us because we don't have the knowledge. Um, and it's it's a long backstory, but that's why I say it's the information, it's the financial literacy that we have to understand, and we have to understand what credit really is, because just something quick, like the United States is bankrupt. The United States has been bankrupt since 1933. You know what I mean? At that time, it was gold and silver that was moving around, and then it went to the notes. Now all this money that's circulating around is fictitious. That's why
Yeah.
there is credit and we have indefinite credit. We all do. We just have to understand that, what these financial institutes and these banks are doing to us, how they're preying on us, and really just learn how to play the game. You know what I mean? If you understand how to play the game, nobody will be out here struggling or going through what you're going through. If I can show you how to, you know, get your credit data points situated, and now you got access to $250,000, $500,000. Only if you understand business, I will believe that that will change your life. A lot of people think that I'm gonna get credit now. I'm about to go shopping, and you can do that now. You just about to be in, you about to be in what they call debt, bad debt. It's ways around all that stuff, but I ain't getting all into there.
Yes, sir.
Um,
That's why you
you
teach
know,
that. Yes, sir.
yeah.
Y'all gotta get with my guy Insomnia Talks because you can get the further information. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. And I tell everybody, especially that, like, getting the money is the easy part. The hard part is structuring your credit or correcting your credit. But a lot of times the reason why people credit is messed up is because they don't know or understand what the credit is. They don't know what the data points are. They don't know what the banks are looking for. They don't even understand what the credit reporting agency is. About 400 credit reporting agencies. People think it's just for those that do have a little bit of knowledge, they think it's Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Those are the big three. Man, it's about 400 or 500 credit reporting agencies that report your data. You know what I mean? And everybody's getting paid. Everybody's getting paid on your name. Everybody's getting paid on your bank account. Your bank account being that social security number that you got linked up to that treasury. And like I say, this stuff goes real deep. But
Yeah.
when it comes to that credit, if I'm telling you you have indefinite credit, your mind shouldn't be, well, I'm about to use my indefinite credit to look good. Because if everybody has indefinite credit, why are you worried about looking good? Use this indefinite credit to stop you, to lead at 9 to 5. Use this indefinite credit to start that business. Use this indefinite credit to turn yourself into a millionaire. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
credit is huge. Credit is something that they say don't. It's 54% of the people in the United States that even access their credit. So that means the remaining 46% don't even access. The remaining 46 is who's aware of their credit situation, and then out of that 46%, half of them got bad credit.
Mm, mm.
So we're only talking about a little bit over 20% of the population have decent credit. Not even good credit, just decent credit.
20 wipes out a whole 20 just shows there's a whole 80 just
This
sitting there. You know what I
sitting
mean?
there either unaware or don't care,
Watching TV, eating snacks on the couch.
complaining that life isn't fair, and the white man putting me down. And look, I'm not getting all into the race thing. I'm not saying I don't care, because I do care, trust and believe. I'm
Yeah,
just saying when it comes to money, you can't use that excuse. I
yeah.
used to, because I'm a felon. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a felon. I'm not
Mm-hmm,
afraid to say that. I'm a felon. So
mm-hmm.
I used to use the excuse of, man, it's nothing good out here, man. You got a felony, man. You never gonna be able to get a good job. They trying to hold you down, until I got a job making $100,000 with no skills. You know what I mean? I was like, hold on, something ain't right. It's money out here like this? Oh, okay. I need to go learn a skill, because my father always used to tell me that. He like, man, college ain't for everybody, but as long as you got a skill, you got a trade, you're gonna always be able to make money. So I was like, yo, let me go get a skill. And I went and got my CDL. And then I'm making six figures again. So, I'm like, oh, okay, so it is money out here. So I stopped that, if you look like us, or you got a felony, they here to hurt you and hold you down. I stopped that once I was able to make them six figures. And then once I got into the credit and financial literacy space, and I've realized that it's a numbers game. It's not a race game. It's not a skin tone. Oh yeah, everything changed. Now it's no excuse for nobody. Is the excuse is on if you are willing to get that information or not. If you are willing to sit down and learn what it is that these financial institutes that hold your information are looking for. Because it's a numbers game to them. They don't care what you look like, tall you are. I mean, kids you got, what you went through in your past. They don't care about none of that.
Right.
Can you give us our money back? Which is your money, but can you give us our money back if we give it to you? That's all they care about. And as long as you show them the data points, endless money out here. I'm talking about millions on top of millions of dollars for anybody.
Mm, mm. Yes, sir. What are you happiest doing when you're not working?
Um, what am I happiest doing? Man, I don't know, bro. A lot of things make me happy. I just like to relax, just sit back, watch the kids. But see, I can't even really say that, right? And reason why I can't say that is because my kids are always with me. Like we a family, we always together, like
Right.
always. If I'm unless it's something where I'm on a business trip and I gotta go away, we in the house. I'm stepping outside. They always with me because I feel like we've been boxed into again to this mindset where we don't understand our purpose. Our purposes should be the family that we created. So if I'm going out there to
Yeah.
work to take care of my family, right? But I'm missing out on their life, and I find a way to not have to go out and do as much as I was at first, and I'm doing it from the comfort of my home. Why not include them in it? So I
Yes,
ain't gonna,
sir.
and I did that before, push them to the left and then work. So I don't want to do that. So
Right.
really, I would just say, when I'm not working, I just want to reflect, just sit back and analyze life, man. Just meditate, and I don't want to do nothing. I just want to do nothing.
Yeah, man. I know the feeling, bro.
That's the
I
best
know the
feeling.
feeling. That's it. Yo, when you
Doing
got
nothing is
that
the best
peace,
feeling, bro.
man, peace is God, man.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. Peace is God. So when I'm at peace, bro, I just inhale, exhale. Some people call it meditating. Bro, I shut my mind down, and then a thought will pop up in my mind, and then I just elaborate on that thought. But I'm still in my peace mode though. Like, you know what I mean? It's like no business involved. I ain't thinking about what I gotta do tomorrow. I'm just relaxed, man. I can come outside, put my feet in the grass, and just look up in the sky. Nothing to do. Feel great. I'm at peace.
Man, that's the best feeling, man. And not have to be rushed back to anything, neither. Ooh, the best
Oh
feeling
yeah,
in the
most
world.
definitely.
You know what I mean? When you make your own schedule and you like, listen, man, I do what I want. You know what I mean? Don't don't
When I
don't don't
want.
call me for nothing. I may not even want to pick up the phone today. You know what I mean? What's the goal
Hey,
you
look,
have
I'm
for
a
yourself that you want to accomplish next year?
I got a couple goals. I got some financial goals, but the financial goals are not for myself. Um, Um, Business wise, I want to put an online course out, and I ain't talking about one of these think if it courses and stuff that everybody doing. I'm talking about a real live course that people can come to and learn and get all the tools that they need to free their time, and their kids can come and learn. And I really want to expound on that, almost like a homeschool, a real homeschool curriculum or home learning curriculum where you can put your kids through that. But that has to be something mental because again, a lot of people are caught up in this matrix algorithm that, they feel like you have to go through, K through 12 and then, next four, whatever. And as long as you have that mindset, this is not for you. You know what I mean? So, one of my mentors told me something. If you're talking to everybody, you're not talking to anybody.
Mm, mm.
So I'm talking to the people that are that are trying to free themselves. I'm talking to the people that are ready for change. I'm talking to the people that want to homeschool, teach their children and not the traditional way.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? Like I want to give kids skills. Like my son, 10 years old, and he already understands what credit is at 10. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Things that we didn't learn to our 20s, 30s. Some people still don't know about it. I want our kids to know the things that we don't know. I want our kids to understand how what it is to go in the bank and open up a bank account. I want our kids to know how to start a trust. I want our kids to know how to start businesses. I want our kids to know how to, if you file taxes, how to file taxes. I want our kids to understand the things that they don't want us to know. And that's what I'm trying to put together next year. That, and I posted it yesterday, man. I'm trying to make 5 millionaires next year, man. I want five of my student mentees to become millionaires next year. I had 4
Bro.
people this year alone quit their jobs.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? So
That's
I'm trying.
that's that right there is beautiful.
Yeah.
Bro, let's get together. Let's you because I remember you sent the book to me. You told me, you said, bro, I'm building a mastermind. You know what I mean? Let's get together, and you know, if you got anything that you want, you know what I mean, on this platform that I can, you know,
Ready.
just help out or give a hand, I'm here. I'm here for you, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Man,
And
definitely. That's definitely. I love what you're doing, bro. You know what I mean? I love giving people their flowers. I love your book. You know, I
yes,
just
sir.
love what you're doing, bro. Like, you know what I
Thank you.
mean? Like, one thing about the internet, and like I said, I try to be blunt and I be transparent. This internet is weird. And I remember a couple of times, like, I will post certain things about my kids and business, and then you will repost it, and it not knowing me from Eve. And I'm like, who is this dude? You know what I mean? And
Bro, I
the
felt
internet
that.
makes us that way. You know what I mean? The internet makes us that way. And it's like, who is this dude? So I sit back and then you do it again. I'm like, man. So then I'm following you and I'm like, yo, that's me right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's my brother
Mm-hmm.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes a lot.
Takes
It's
time.
a it takes time, but it takes a lot. And you know what I mean? I congratulate you. I commend you. I thank you for everything that you're doing. And I really just thank you for tapping in, you know what I mean, and seeing what it is that I was doing. And realizing like, oh, that's me right there. Because most of the times when you tap into somebody, it's like, yo, that's that's
You,
that's my brother
yeah,
right there. That's my
yeah.
brother from another right there. And I commend that and I appreciate you that. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I admire, bro. I admire what you do, bro. Real talk, man. And like you said, man, just from the kids aspect, like I'm a true father. I seen what you was
Yeah.
doing. I said, nah, this right here has to be seen. The people have to see this. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be doing my part if I don't share it. You know what I mean? Um, if a genie gave you 3 wishes, what would it be?
A genie gave me 3 wishes.
What would it be?
What would it be? The first wish, hmm. Nah, if a genie gave me, I like that. You know what I mean? Because, oh, let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Oh, I like that. That's deep.
Man, a lot of people get on this question right here, and they gotta think, man. And the beautiful thing about it is everybody has different wishes.
Bruh, if a genie gave me 3 wishes, I think one of the first wish that I would have was more time for those that I know messed their life up or, got taken away from here too soon because they ain't had the information that I got right now. And that's one of the biggest things. And I think just with that alone, I don't even need the other two. I probably give the other two away, bruh.
Mm.
If a genie gave me, 3 wishes, I would give the other two to fulfill somebody else's desires. But that one wish is to give me, you know, the time that I need to be able to teach the things that I know to people that I know got taken away from here, especially the ones that got taken away through violence, street violence that had anything to do with money, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think that's the reason why you are who you are today. I think that's the reason why a lot of us become, you know, because we want to help the ones that didn't get that chance, or the people, that's left back in the hood that still has a certain mentality. It's like a slave mentality. Like you know, working a job is modern day slavery to a degree, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you have to, you know, not that it's not bad, because I seen Grant Cardone even said that you have to sometime at some point, you know, maybe be a slave to get out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with that.
But it's a mentality. It's definitely a mentality. When you got a millionaire mind shift, it can't be the same mentality of the slave mentality.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be the same mentality of let's just get the new Jordans just cause. Let's just um spend all of our tax money on just having fun and then go right back to the same things. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy,
Absolutely,
bro.
man.
Yes, man. Everybody definitely, man. Financial freedom, millionaire mindset. I know for a fact, bro, got some crazy, crazy gems in here for y'all. Y'all see what's going on. Y'all hear how he talking. Um, we on the show, bro, where we do the 5 for 5. Wendy's got 4 for 4. We do 5 for 5. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay,
It's 5 answers, 5 questions, right?
okay.
Top 5 hobbies.
My top five hobbies.
Yes.
Hmm. Reading,
Yes, sir.
writing,
Yes, sir.
relaxing,
3. Reading, writing, relaxing.
teaching.
We got to make that a show, bro. Reading, writing,
Reading,
relaxing.
writing, relaxing. um, teaching. Walking.
mm. Mm. Shout outs to my man BX Ronin the Sensei on this. He got walk and talk with the Ronin. That's deep, bro. Because walking is very like like you get a zen when you walking sometime. When you can just walk and just like think.
Yeah, there you go.
Bro, I walk and read. Like some people be like, how could you walk and read? I be walking sometime and I'm reading. Like with the book, I'm just walking and reading.
Yeah, walking is different, man. I just remember, see, man, sometimes we have to, it's like I said earlier, like going to the root, man. You gotta go to the beginning, man. Remember when we was kids, we would walk everywhere. And we was all in neighborhoods we wasn't supposed to be in. That's when we was finding stuff. We was, we was building. You know what I mean? We was just that was the time, bro, when we was walking. And then, once we start getting a little bit older, we start riding and driving, then we kind of forget about, man, I ain't walking over there. And man, that's too far, bro. We used to walk miles. We walking on the other side of town. We ain't care. Now everything is just like, if I can't get in that automobile, if I can't get in my whip, I can't get in my car, I ain't going. The store might be a half a mile down the street, down the road, and you need something, but you're not gonna walk because you got a car, or your car might be down. You like, man, I ain't walking. That's too far. But when you was young, you will walk. So we outgrow that in life, man. When you go to a lot of these foreign countries, these third world countries, the Africas, just different countries, they there's more walking out there, of course, because of the poverty. But I'm a fan of that, man. I love to walk, man. My daughter do that now all the time. She like, Daddy, I'm about to go for a walk, and I'm glad we talked about this because I gotta get back. Because she asked me yesterday or day before, could I go for a walk with her? And I was just joking. I was like, hell nah. But I was joking with her, but I really need to get out because I do walk, but I really need to get out and explore with the youngins. Like
Yes,
we go
sir.
outside, but I let them run in the yard, or we might go to the basketball court and stuff like that. But I really need to get out with them and do some walking because I just walk on my own. And man, I couldn't even imagine when I was coming up, and that's another reason why I'm so close with my kids, bro. And I'm always tuned into them because when I was coming up, bro, I wanted that. You know what I mean? But my pops was too busy working. It ain't that he ain't love me; he was just working, bro. So something as small as my kids asking my daughter asking me to go for a walk with her, and I neglect that could hurt. You know what I mean? Because
Yes,
that's the
sir.
type of stuff I wanted. I walked the neighborhood with the homeboys, but I ain't but I ain't got my father with me, or I ain't got my mother with me. That's a different feel right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, 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 most definitely. And I
Top.
appreciate that.
Yes, sir, man.
Top
Top
five.
five shows.
Sanford and Son, Good Times. Um, I'm old school, man. Sanford and Son, Good Times, Martin, ah, and Living Color.
Mm, man.
I'm missing
Bro,
one.
you
I'm
talking to
missing
the
one.
soul. Whoever listening, he talking to the soul right now. Like,
Uh, I'm missing one. Sanford and Son, Good Times, Martin, and Living Color.
homie don't
Uh,
play that.
oh, you know what? Everybody hates Chris.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That shit was funny, man.
I,
He said that.
it was funny later to me. It wasn't funny when it was on. I ain't like it when he aired it, but it was later on one day. I was in the house. I ain't doing nothing. And I'm not a TV person, so I was like, man, let me see what this joint about. I watched like one episode, watched two episodes. Julius won me over. Terry Crews, how cheap he
Man, that's
was.
25 cent worth of bread right there.
Absolutely.
Like,
He told Chris one day, he said, man, turn that he said, turn that alarm clock off, man. You can't tell time when you sleep. I was done. But nah, it's one of my
yeah.
favorite shows, bro. So
Let's go.
that'd be my fifth one. You know what I mean? I love that show right there. It was a lot of stories in there. That Chris Rock is an amazing entertainer, amazing person. You gotta dig down deep into his mind and understand why he thinks the way he thinks. And you know what I mean? That's my guy right there.
Let's go. Top five memories.
Top five memories. My kids being born.
Mm.
Well, my daughter being born because that was the first time I saw a live birth. So my daughter being born, that'd be one. Getting hit by a car, being two. Um, living in Germany, being three. I lived in Germany for a
Mm.
year. My brother was military, is trying to get me out of the streets. So I moved over there with him for a year. Three. Um, making $1 million and not being able to touch it because of a bad decision that was a business decision that was made, not knowing. That's a memory
Mm.
that stayed with me for a long time. Getting married.
Mm. Okay, and getting married now, that's dope, bro.
I was
That's dope.
shaking, bro. I ain't been scared. Look, I've been a thoroughbred my whole life, man. I was standing up there shaking, man. My hands was like this, man.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. That proposal, all that's some different shit right there, boy.
Hey, hey, look, my situation was different though, man. Like, you know, a lot of people I hear a lot of people frown on it and they be like, huh, man, my wife proposed to me, man. She surprised me
Mm.
and booked this venue and you know what I mean? We was looking over DC. It was in this building, it was twirling around and you know, music was playing. She had told me to get dressed and she was like, come on, let's go dance. We went on the dance floor and then the DJ stopped the music and I'm like, the hell going on? And then she proposed to me, right? She ain't get on no knee or nothing like that, but she proposed to me right there.
Oh
It
man.
it was different, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, I'm a different dude, so I need something different. Whatever, again, it's just like the what you gonna do when you get older. I don't know, but you know what I mean? It's one of them type of things. I ain't know what my situation was gonna be, but I knew it wasn't gonna be the typical thing, normal thing, and it worked out perfect. And you know, my wife, that's my best friend. We fight, we go through, you know, real relationship things. We That's my best friend. We don't get along sometimes. We don't like each other sometimes. We done separated and come back together, but I know that's who for me. You know what I mean? So my mind and my body let me know when we were standing up there and I was shaking that that's who I was supposed to be with because anybody
Mm.
else I'd have been too calm.
Mm. Yo, bro, that's an amazing short story of just the bond y'all got, bro. Top five cars.
Top five cars. I8 is
Mm.
my favorite car for some reason. Um,
Mm-hmm.
54 Nova, '54 Nova I8. I'm not a car person. Uh, I like the Infinity trucks, the QX 60s. That's what I got now. I like the Infinity trucks, Suburbans, and I can't pinpoint a pickup truck, but I want a raised pickup truck. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's a Silverado F-150. I want a raised with them big wheels. You know how them them country white boys be riding. I want one of those. But you know what I mean?
Yo,
I wanted mine.
bro,
I wanted
yeah.
painted, and that's it.
Bro, the
Yeah, I'm not a
pickup
car
trucks is
person.
fire, bro.
Oh,
Pickup
I
trucks
love
is
pickup
fire.
trucks. Yeah, I
You know what
love
I
it.
mean?
But if I'm
Top
gonna go
five.
luxury, it's gonna be the I8. That's it. I don't want nothing. I ain't saying I won't get nothing. I just don't, because I'm not a
That's
car
what you
person.
want, right?
Yeah, I8. I gotta get that I8. That's gonna be my
Mhm.
argument car.
He said argument car. Top five superheroes or villains.
Top five superheroes. Gotta say Black Panther. You know what I mean? I'm not a Marvel dude. I don't know too much about the Marvels, or I didn't know. Definitely Black Panther. Um, uh, can we just go cartoon characters now?
Hey, yo, look, hey, as long as it's it could be your superheroes or villain. You know what I mean? Shit, somebody could
Um,
pick Mojo Jojo. You know what I mean? I don't know who they you know what I mean?
okay.
Like who they
All
was
right,
looking up
boom.
to.
I already know who I'm going with last, but we're gonna go Black Panther. Speedy Gonzalez, his cousin, Slowpoke Rodriguez. You know what I mean? Slowpoke pull out that 38 and hit you. Be like, he the slowest mouse in all Mexico. He might
Let's
be
go.
slow in the feet, but he fast in the cabeza. You know what I mean? So we gonna go with Slowpoke Rodriguez. Um, oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I like Bugs Bunny. I like Bugs. And oh no, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there.
Bugs is the man though.
Oh,
I ain't gonna
Bugs
lie
is
to
the
you.
man. All right, I'm gonna bounce back on it. When I said I was going, I got one at the end. Um, and it's like a superhero. I like LeBron, and I'm gonna tell you why I like LeBron. LeBron James is. This has nothing to do with the back and forth on who's the GOAT. That man is the most hated athlete person of all times, bro. And even down to some of the athletes, and it's like took care of his mother, taking care of his mother, even looked out for his dad that ran out on him. High school sweetheart, still with her, never cheated on her in the public. You know what I mean? Takes care of his kids. He's a great father to his kids. He's opened up a school, always giving back, and he just gets all this backlash. Whereas the ones that we all go to, it says the GOAT. They got endless testimonies of people saying that they, you know what I
Like did
mean?
some
They like the
crazy
work
stuff.
they the worst people in the world, man. So
Yeah.
I have to back him. And again, this has nothing to do with any basketball or any sports. And then my other hero, man. I'm from DC, man. So Mayor Marion Barry, man. TMZ put that that how I knew he was a hero because when we was kids, we was 11, 12 years old running the neighborhood, man. He gave us jobs in the summertime,
Mm.
summer youth programs. He gave us you know money to be able to take ourselves shopping for the underprivileged to go out and buy things for school, whether it's book bags, clothes, whatever. So they call it the summer youth program. Then he had the incident. For those who don't know, our mayor, he got caught in the hotel room smoking crack and went to jail. And then when he got out, we voted him back in because he took care of our
Oh,
city. He looked out for the city, you know what I mean? Even down to the drug dealers, man. When they was trying to raid, he would go and you know, let them know like, hey man, FBI coming, them boys, you know what I mean? And he took care of us, man. He took care of the city. He looked out for us. You literally could walk down the street and see him coming out the strip club. I ain't condoning that. I'm just saying he was a people's person. You would see him
Right.
coming out of your local grocery store. He was by himself. He could be walking in your neighborhood, coming to see your aunt. And I just watched them beat that man down. And this is the first time that I've ever seen us as a people come together and stop what anybody else wanted. And we allowed what we wanted, and we wanted him to run our city.
Yes,
And you
sir.
know, he passed away. TMZ put the uh I stopped watching TMZ after that. They put, you know, they always doing the headliners.
Humiliated
It
him.
was, yeah,
Yeah.
DC crack mayor. You know what I mean? His
Oh
kids got to
man.
live with that legacy. You know what I mean? That's on the internet
Yeah.
right now. So yeah, that's my superhero right there. And I don't do the heroes, but you know, to answer the question, that'd be my number one right there, bro.
Hey man, you got Governor Cuomo and them out there getting caught up in all types of uh
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean, partying with too many ladies scandals and all types of craziness. You know
yeah,
what I
most
mean?
definitely.
And you got him and his brother. His brother was trying to stick up for him, and he was over at CNN.
Exactly.
So you know, hey man, we all got, you know, some things that could be fixed. You know what I mean? Ain't none of us perfect. And you
Nobody
know, when you
perfect.
get to those heights, you know, maybe it's some things that, you know, you might have to fix or we might have to fix. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Bro, listen, man, this interview was definitely one for the books, bro. You know what I mean?
Man, I
And
appreciate
we're
it,
gonna
man.
need you on here again, bro. We're gonna need
Oh
you on here
nah,
again. For
look,
sure, for sure, for sure, for
we
sure.
we locked in, man. We gonna put something together. I
Yes,
put
sir.
a if I put a text in there, man. If y'all text that number right there, anybody that's on here, text that number, man. I'm gonna send you a free credit ebook so you can, you know, start your journey of at least understanding what the credit is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where to get started, where to go, because you know the credit, not only did it change my life, my family life, it's changing people's lives around me. I'm showing people how to make money that they never made before, just using their credit. Like, you know, just a couple months ago, you know, my father, you know, older now. Of course, he don't know what to do with the money, but I just got him $140,000. He don't even, you know what I mean? But it's
Mm-hmm.
just on the strength of, man, that's my dad. You know what I mean? As
Mm-hmm.
whatever he need now, he not gonna start no business at this age, but you know, whatever he need, he got the funds to do it now. Whatever it is to take care of him,
Looking out
so
for
he
your
not,
people.
yeah, so he not feeling like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. He got access to the money now, so
Uh,
text that number, and I'm gonna send y'all a free ebook, man. Just get tapped into the community. Um, I'm just trying to save our people out here, just from themselves, because that's who we need to be saved from, ourselves. Nobody out here is stopping us from growing but us, and it's us
mm,
because we don't have the information that we need to evolve.
mm. With that being said, man, y'all had the pleasure of definitely tapping in and getting into the mind of Insomnia Talks. Derek Williams. Text ready to 202-918-5150. You know what I mean? And yo, go up right here at the top, at the very top where the arrow is, click it and add Insomnia Talks, man. I'm talking about bro is gonna let you know what's going on with the credit. And not only that, man, he's posting videos with his kids. I seen his son in a live with another kid. They was talking, and it was just like a magical thing. Things that you never seen before. Children is out having conversations about, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And he want to be just like his dad. He like, yo, man, my pops is amazing, man. I don't want to work. I want to be doing what my pops is doing, which is being an entrepreneur. So, guys, tap in, man. Yo, bro, we will talk after this. We will talk. I know you got a day ahead of you. I probably got some things that I got to do, but bro, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
tap
yeah,
in with
yeah.
me.
Give me a buzz tomorrow, man. Give me, if you're not busy, give me a buzz tomorrow. I kind of got a light day. I got a couple things I need to take care of early in the morning, and I'm pretty much free, man. Just give me a call, man. You know, my
Yes,
line
sir.
is always open to you, bro. You family, so
Yes,
just
sir.
give me a buzz, man. It's light.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna be talking to seventh and eighth graders, so I'm gonna
Oh,
be a little busy in the morning time.
uh huh.
But after that, bro, that's my word. I'm gonna shoot you a text and call you. I'm gonna call you. Matter of fact, and we gonna have it. We gonna chop it up.
All right, sound good, man. Appreciate you for having me on, man. Let's do this again, bro.
Let's do it, my brother. Let's
All right.
go. Long overdue.
Peace, peace.